is Madness Monday. You already know we right here at work decided to hop on, see what's good with everybody, what's the talk of the town is going down, the word on the curb. You heard me? You already know here in Southern California, another beautiful, clear, sunny day. But this is Monday, I know, ain't really much to do. Just like us, we're at work. Decided to hop on and chop it up with individuals. So what's good with everybody? Hold on, set this up real quick. Yeah, we good. And I did drop some videos on, was it the other channel and this channel? You guys scope those out. I finally got around to seeing the Gringo Poppy fucking comedy show series, whatever. Comedy special by Brandon Shaw. I actually saw both of them. I was only supposed to see Gringo Poppy, but then I seen the other one and I was like, fuck it, let's watch the other one. And yeah, that was the most unfunniest shit I have ever seen. I was like, damn, my boy, they be giving specials to anybody nowadays. What's cracking like it's out? What you getting yourself into, my boy? Esa es la buena vida. Who's your number one person that watches you? Eso es todo, hijo. Mr. Pasa. What's cracking like in this shit? What you getting yourself into, my boy? What's good, my boy? Que es la buena vida. Hope everybody's having a beautiful Monday. You know what I mean? Even though I know people hate Monday because, back to the same routine. The Bronx Ninja is in the building. Whoa. What you eat today? Enchiladas, my boy. My wife made some enchiladas, so I handled them. I smacked them up. Are you Mexican? Simón Carnal. Jalisco, Mexico, my boy. So yes, we Mexican. You think someone who snaps and abuses their kid physically is different than someone who just goes around and messes with little kids like child molesters? You think someone who snaps and abuses their kids physically is different than someone? Well, yeah, they're doing it for different reasons. You know what I mean? While one is doing for, self-gratification, pleasure, right? And the other one's doing it for numerous reasons, right? Which are never good. Satisfy his views, short-tempered, just because he likes inflicting pain on others. There could be numerous reasons, right? But yes, the reasons is always important, right? When ever discussing any kind of case, right? Because the reasons make all the difference in the world, right? Of if you're able to rehabilitate somebody, right? Or if somebody can actually change, the reasons in itself, will give you the answer. It's like kind of like I made a video not that long ago on this channel, right? Where somebody was saying like, who cares? Why do they focus so much on, if the guy did a murder, then, fuck him, lock him up for life and this and that, he's a murderer. Why do they spend so much time focusing on like how they did it and this? If they know he did it, then, just whatever. And it's like, no, the reason for the crimes, it's always the most important thing, bro. Compared to somebody who didn't mean to kill this individual, but it was in the heat of the moment. They got in a fight and, he grabbed an object that was just there and struck the individual and he happened to die, compared to an individual that's been planning the murder for like about a year, kidnaps the guy, chops him up and tries to get rid of the body. They're both murders, but they're two completely different people. You're able to rehabilitate one while you're not able to rehabilitate the other one, right? Because this individual didn't go in there with malicious intent or planning to get in an altercation, right? And the object that he struck the individual with was an object that he found at the place, not something that he brought along with him, like if he knew he was going to use it. You know what I mean? The reasons why individuals do something is always going to make the difference if you're able to rehabilitate, if they feel remorse, if they, compared to this individual planned it for a year, he could have changed his mind any time in that year, but he didn't. He still kidnapped the individual. So he feels no remorse. He doesn't care. He doesn't give a fuck. So, people like that, you're just not able to help. They're too far gone. I mean, look at Ted Bundy, for example. He was trying to his very last death, his very last day, to the day that they were going to execute. He was still trying to weasel his way out. Hey, I feel bad for all the crimes that I have done and all the people's lives that I have took. I'm not a bad guy. Look, I accept, the decisions I made, and that, but I changed, and I feel bad about what I did. But at the same time, he won't tell the cops where the rest of the missing people's bodies are. He says, I'll tell you guys if you guys take away the death sentence. Motherfucker, didn't you just say that you feel bad and how you changed and everything like that? But nah, you haven't changed one bit, bro. You're still the same. And he thinks that people are too stupid and they weren't going to be able to see that. That's the art of, the con man, bro. He's the manipulators. That's always going to be their downfall. The fact that they think that they're smarter than everybody. You know what I mean? That's crazy. Same with these pedophiles and all these other people. That's why they always get caught, bro. People that abuse and molest, because they have a sense of entitlement, bro. They feel like, they're better than everybody else, that they're slick, and that, that they could play everybody for a fool. You know what I mean? It's only a matter of time before they get caught, bro. Because they will get caught, because their egos will make a mistake. Either way, the child's going to pay the price, because he's going to be scarred, whichever one it is. What do you think about parents who disown their kids for choosing a different path, like being gay or beyond? That's one thing I never understand, bro. Like, that's your kid, bro. Like, regardless if he's gay or whatever he chooses, bro, that's still your fucking kid, though. That's still your kid, homie. How are you gonna now, like, look at him different or whatever? That goes to show that you really don't care about your kid. You only care about yourself. You care about what might people think, the opinion of others, than the opinion of the only person that should matter, your child. But nah, you're focused more on yourself. Yet you claim that you love your kids and this and that. Nah, bro, the only person you love is yourself, bro. You're selfish. Facts, bro. Tom Hardy, The Last Dance. Tom Hardy. Venom. Oh yeah, that movie's coming out. But I wasn't too much of a fan of the Venom movies. They were kind of like Mike. Avenger Doomsday, Mr. Doom. Yeah, that one actually, is interesting. I've been wanting to see, Dr. Doom back in the mix. What a shadow. What about if it only happened once or twice? No. Well, see, there's a thing, like, and I have said this. Just because a person, like, let's say a person commits a crime, right? Just because a person commits a crime doesn't make him a bad person, right? Or just because you have struck your child doesn't make you a bad person, right? Is the continue of the behavior, you get me, that makes you a bad person. Not you, because, like I said, we're only humans. We all make mistakes. You know what I mean? It's to be able to recognize and learn from our mistakes to better ourselves. So just because somebody has done something bad doesn't mean he's a bad person, right? But when a person has a pattern of this type of offense over and over and over and over again, that's what makes him a bad person. Like, how can you possibly be sorry? If you're sorry, then why do you keep doing it over and over and over and over and over again? Then clearly you're not sorry. You get what I'm saying? Because if you were sorry and you really did whatever, you wouldn't have to be apologizing for the same shit over and over again. Because I understand it's hard keeping emotions on check, you know. But we have to learn, to think of other people besides ourselves. Because even though you hear people that are stubborn and don't know no better say, "Oh, they're just words," like, what's the big deal? No, words impact, bro. Words impact, bro. You know what I mean? When you aggressively come at your child, bro, that will create a big impact, bro. Because they see you, they think so highly of you, right? I mean, there's people, like, let's say when I go to the store or I'm just running errands, there's little kids, right? And, like, let's say they do something, right? The way the parent reacts, sometimes I'm just like, I'm fucking mind blown, bro. I'm just like, damn, it wasn't even that big of a deal. Like, chill. Like, but they give no fucks, bro. And it sucks for the kid, homie, that he has to live with parents like that. You know what I mean? Because the way they react sometimes, it's fucking way out there, homie. I'm just like, damn, homie, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, how the fuck could people like this have kids, homie? You know what I mean? And it's like, and it's strict, because those be the most strictest parents, and the most, like, aggressive ones. Then why do they have to keep doing that? Like, keep regulating their child? Clearly, what you're doing is not fucking working. That's why you have to keep, exploding like this. The way you're handling the situation is not helping the problem, bro. Because then the kid becomes, rebellious. It's only a matter of time, bro. Even a dog, after a while, it gets tired of being abused, bro, and it's gonna fucking attack you. You know what I'm saying? Same way, like, oh, they say, oh, you gotta give them a good ass whooping. Look, eventually kids grow up, bro, and those ass whoopings that they used to be scared of become regular. There's nothing to them no more, bro. They're just like, ah. You know what I mean? It's not even a threat no more. It's just like, it's normal already. It's been normalized already. So they are no longer scared or intimidated. And then, that's why they go out and they don't even listen to their parents no more. Because they don't give a fuck no more. You know? You've been coming at them for way too long, bro. That already now, when they hit their teens, they feel above and feel like they got this shit in the bag and they don't need you. You know what I mean? That's why they don't even listen to them. And they think that they're the shit in adults. But they're not, because they're still fucking immature kids. But, it's the way the mental is. Not like, excuse me, not like a ongoing physical abuse type deal. Like once in a full blue moon, you mean? Come on. Hold on, Mountain Williams. What's cracking like in Derek? What up, shit? What's cracking like in Riverside La Sierra? If someone was rehabilitated and truly regrets, should or could they be forgiven? Yeah, but like I said, it all depends on what transpired with that individual, right? Like, what the details. That's why details are so important, right? That's why people need to know the details of shit, like every little detail, because that shit makes all the difference in the world, right? That's how you know if somebody could really be rehabilitated, or if you let this person out, he's gonna reoffend, again. Because like I said, the dark triad, manipulation in itself, right? It's very hard to spot it. Like, some individuals are really good at lying and hiding, their true motives. Um, but their behavior and the pattern of their behavior won't lie. Maybe they could tell all the lies in the world, but the pattern that they, demonstrate doesn't lie. So you already know, if you release this individual, that he's just gonna go back to doing it again. He doesn't care. That's why, they make sure that they, do tests on them. And, people always be like, why are they always asking these stupid ass questions? Like, what is all this for? Like, you're looking out for the person's behavior, how, because he's gonna lie. He'll try to lie, right? He'll try to keep his his body on check. But when you're stressed, right, when you're pressured and you feel anxiety, you feel mad or anything like that, your body needs to release that tension, and that's something that you're not going to be able to control, right? So you're going to start getting antsy, you're going to start fidgeting, moving your legs, your finger, but things to look out for, right? To know that this person clearly is bothered, right? And then homing in on those questions, right? And then no, you haven't rehabilitated yourself, because stuff like this still bothers, you're still getting triggered, and that's stuff that these individuals, they could lie their asses off, but their body, language is not gonna lie. You know what I mean? That's how you're always able to spot these people. That's why they say people's poker face. That's what they mean. Because yes, when your body needs to release that tension, you're just not gonna be able to control that. And that's how people know that if you're lying or not. Even the person that thinks he's so slick, now I got this shit in the bag, man. I got this good. You're not gonna be able to, bro. That's why these motherfuckers always get caught over. They always try to think that they're smarter than the detectives. Motherfucking detectives have been trained for this shit, bro. They know what to look for. Motherfuckers, you think that you're gonna be smarter than these individuals that actually studied this field. That's why these fools always get caught over and over and over again. Because you're not gonna be able to outsmart them, bro. That's why they always say get your fucking lawyer. That way they don't have to sit there and look at you. Everything has to go through your lawyer. So that way they can't tell if you're lying or not. That's why they say that lawyers are the worst type of people. Because like they're defending these people. But it is what it is. It's our law system. Like you don't want to sit in front of the cops, bro. They're gonna be able to tell if you're lying. Or in front of the detectives, not the cops. The cops don't know anything. But in front of the detectives. That's why they always say, go through everything with your lawyer. Because like a cop, he doesn't really care. The cop just does his job. That's just like, I don't give a fuck. I'm just here, clock out, and I go home. The detective's the one that studies for this shit and knows what to look for. And this you're not gonna be able to pull it off, my guy. Even some of the best psychopaths, look, they even have gotten caught. And you think you won't pull it off. And these motherfuckers don't even have emotions. Because there is psychopaths in this world. And it's sad. It must sad to be a psychopath. Because there is functioning psychopaths in the world who don't feel anything. Like they don't feel angry. They don't feel loved or sad or happy or miserable. Like they don't feel anything at all. Like, like you could trip out on some interviews you could find on YouTube, right? Where they interview like psychopaths. And, there's been like, there was one case where the guy's whole family stopped talking to him, right? Because of how he always was, right? And when his mother died, like he showed no emotions or nothing like that. And his family was bothered by that. And he was like, well, what do you guys want me to feel? Like, I don't feel anything. And it's fucked up. It must suck, not to be able to like feel love or show love and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like to you, it's all, and he was saying like, I still don't understand when people cry when their parents die or anything like that. And it's like sad, bro, to just hear the guy talking. He's just like, he doesn't understand why people feel what they feel. And it's like, damn, that must be a horrible existence. But obviously he was raised right because he didn't turn out to be like a serial killer or nothing like that, right? He's just a functioning psychopath. And there's a lot of them. They tend to be like, CEOs and shit like that, right? But not all of them become murderers and shit like that. That's actually a myth. But they're hard people to get along with, obviously. People will find, like, they'll get a weird feeling off of them. And the reason why people get weird feelings from these individuals is because normally when you're having a conversation with people, you're able to tell, something about the individual face expression, body movement, body language, right? You're able to read people like, for example, people are able to tell when somebody's in a bad mood, right? Like, hey, what's wrong with you? Like, hey, like you're able to read the room and people's, how they are, like, oh shit, like this person's mad, or oh damn, they look like they're pretty happy, but you're able to tell. With psychopaths, they don't show no expression at all. So you're not able to tell or read the individual, and that makes you feel bothered because we conversate on a day-to-day. So now when we bump into a person like this, we feel like damn, there's something off about this fool. And people don't really know, but what it is that you're not able to read them. And that's what's bothering you. Like, you can't tell if this was, like, cool, or if he's a weirdo, or like, hey, like, what's up with this fool? You know what I mean? But that's why people are how could I say, they feel uncomfortable around them. Because normally when you conversate or interact with people, you're able to más o menos tell, about their persona. And the thing is with these individuals is that they could flip it like well, not psychopaths, they can't flip nothing, but like a sociopath, they could flip it like they're able to play along, like, you know, like to fool you. That's why I feel like a sociopath is more dangerous than a psychopath. Because a psychopath, you know, doesn't feel anything in general. He doesn't care if you like him or if you don't like him. Like, to him, it's all the same. But a sociopath, they could pretend and play along to trick you. So that's why it's like those are probably the worst ones. But just learning human behavior and overall is just fascinating. What would you say if the same dude? What about the kids that doesn't even remember it? How could you forget yourself also? Well, that's the thing. When a child is abused and stuff like that, they're able stuff will trigger them. You know what I mean? It's something that people see in a lot of cases of like victims like PTSD, for example, like but like different forms of it, right? Like for example, there was a case where this person I don't know if he was sleeping, but his family was sleeping and their house caught on fire, and you know his family members ended up dying, but he ended up escaping and shit like that. But he was traumatized, but he just didn't realize it, right? And he had went somewhere with a group of friends, and wherever they were at, like the place got like smoky or whatever, and the smell of the smoke triggered the memory of the fire, and the fool started freaking out and panicking. But he just never realized he was traumatized. But like just like the smell of smoke, triggered that memory. You know what I mean? So they'll be triggered by something that would remind them of that moment, because that moment is so impactful in the child's life that you don't forget. You know what I mean? And the older you get, the more harder it is to try to deal with it or control it. You know what I mean? That's why people, go off their wagon when in their later years. Because it's just it's eating away at them, right? It's bothering them. That's why it's not good to keep shit bottled up inside, because it's only a matter of time before that shit blows up. It's always good to express yourself. You know what I mean? Because it's very unhealthy to keep shit to yourself. You may think that that's what people are supposed to do, or that's a down thing to do, but nah, bro, that's a ticking time bomb, my guy. All these fools have always kept that shit bottled up inside, and that's the reason why they end up being in a stolen vehicle, armed, and on a high-speed chase and blasting fools and shit like that. That's because, like, that shit they just didn't give a fuck no more. Because they never express themselves. That's why they fucking, they come out like this. What happens when a fool gets mad or he gets in an argument with his girl or his family or some shit like that? Man, I don't need this shit. Grab the strap. I'm going to go to the neighborhood with the homies. Hey, homie, let's go look for somebody, homie. Time to smash on some motherfuckers. Coincidence or what? Nah, homie, those two things ain't related. I just feel like putting in work right now. Uh-huh. Nah, for real. Trying to earn my stripes. Why now, though? Like, why out of this day, like, now this is like... Nah, this shit has nothing to do with that, though, fool. Trust. Uh-huh. And at the time, we didn't see that. You know what I mean? But that shit ain't no coincidence, my guy. They don't know how to express themselves or deal with their problems. Violence is the only form that they know or feel like they, because it's the only way that they grew up how a problem was solved, with violence. You know what I mean? That didn't like something, handle it with violence. Violence will be the way that these people want to fix problems. Well, the reason why they do violence, because growing up, that's what they grew up seeing. That's how you handle a problem, physically. That's why they grew up seeing it that way. Because like I said, even though they disagree, they hold their parents to high standards, right? So if their parents showed them this way or that way, or to think like this, or to do things this way, then can no person in this fucking planet tell that individual that what his parents were telling him was a lie, or that it wasn't the right way. Now, you're not going to tell me that my parents raised me wrong, or that they didn't know what's up. Now, fuck you. You don't know what's up. When it could be that your parents just, this and that. But nah, they're not going to see it that way. So that's why you're wrong and they're right. And that's why the way they behave and act is appropriate. And you're not going to be able to tell them otherwise. Because the people they hold up in high standards showed them that this is the way. And you're not going to be able to tell them that the way their idol showed them was the wrong way, bro. That's why people don't want to see or face the problem. Nah, fuck that. These fools don't know what they're talking about. Nah, homie, my headfight love me, homie. She knows what's up. Nah, fuck that. These fools are all tripping. When could it be potentially that it was maybe that they weren't, Nah, fuck that. You're stupid. Right? They get triggered. Then the truth, that's why they're getting triggered, because the truth, they know deep down inside, in the deepest cave that they have inside of them, they know that what people are saying could be right, and they don't like that. Right? The truth, that's why they say the truth hurts. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Some people aren't able to admit their mistakes. And when you have parents that are not able to admit their wrongs or their mistakes, that's toxic behavior for the kid, bro. You know what I mean? Because they're peeping game, A lot of times people think that kids don't pay attention. Kids are always paying attention. When they're playing with their toys, they have ears. They're hearing what's happening in the background, bro. They're soaking up game. You just think that they're not, but they're paying attention to the shit that's going around them. At that time, that's what a child's mind does. So in the background, he's hearing all the conversation. He might not be able to comprehend the scenario, but he's able to recognize it. So he's picking up game. And then once they get to their teenagers and now, puberty hits, it's a lot harder to now keep everything on check, bro. And that's why these behaviors start showing themselves. Because they can't hide them no more. And they start behaving this way and that way. And it's like, hey, what's up with that? Because he grew up and that's what his parents were doing. Like, nah. He's smart. He's not going to know what's up, bro. He doesn't know what's going on right here. He doesn't know what we're doing, bro. It's all good. No, they're peeping game, bro. Like I said, they're not able to recognize, But once they become of age, they're able to tell what they're doing. And it's like, yeah, hey, my pops was doing this shit back in the days. Homie, I was doing this and that. Best advice I could give is if you have made mistakes and your problems, you make sure that you talk to your kids about them. Hey, look, I made these mistakes. I made these choices. Yes, I was a gang member. Yes, I did this, and this for these reasons. And, and explain to them, what you done, why you did it, and, and all of that. Instead of trying to hide it and all this secrecy. Curiosity killed the cat, bro. Secrecy is the last thing you want to do. Better to let them know what's up. And I mean in a respectful manner, not like, hey, if you ever join a gang, I'll beat the shit out of you. That doesn't work, my guy. I was told that shit all the time. Because all my family's from my neighborhood, right? I got 11 family members that are from my neighborhood. My dad, my mom, my uncles, and everybody. They always said if I ever joined, that they were gonna, do this and that. And trust me, I got some good ass whooping. So I knew that they meant what they were saying. But like I said, bro, that after a while, bro, those threats become irrelevant. And I still came from my neighborhood. Yeah. And yeah, they were mad and yada yada, but at the end of the day, they had to learn how to accept it. Now, stay in school, don't ever be in the streets and stuff like that because you get nothing out of it. You learn that, once you get older, but by then it's already too late. You already been to hell and back. So Because like I said, people would tell us this and that, and you would have people that would come and try to give you advice, and ex-gang members and police officers and this and that to school and yada yada yada, and counselors and all this. But like I said, if the advice is not coming from the people you want to hear it from, then everybody else's opinion is fucking irrelevant and is going one ear and out the other, my guy. So, bring whoever the fuck you want to bring, bro, but we ain't listening, period. You know what I mean? These ex-gang members are, talking their experiences. It just, one ear, out the other, bro. We didn't give a fuck. It made no difference. If it's not coming out of the people you need to hear from, bro, you're not going to give a fuck what these motherfuckers are saying. And you're still going to do what you want to do. And the truth hurts. You know what I mean? That's why we say when people try to come and be like, trying to guide these kids and this and that, hey, I understand. Good point, good message. But if it's not coming out of people that they, you could give the kid the best advice in the world, bro, like some impactful shit. If they go home to the chaotic place and their parents, now there's an argument and their parents, lash at them, whatever, then all that advice you just gave that kid is flying out the window, bro. And he's going to be like, fuck that. These motherfuckers don't know what I'm doing. Man, I'm going to just do whatever. I'm going to do me. And then you're going to be right there like, damn, bro, I thought I was getting through. Yeah, bro. But put him back in the thing and all your good talk just flew out the window, bro. That's why I always say it's important to be a parent. If people want to make a difference, it starts off by, parents being parents. That's how you'll make change in the streets. But if people still think that it's not a big deal how they treat their kid, or, like, I'm the parent, I get to do whatever I want, he's got to listen to me, then fuck it, bro. Then the world will continue being the way it is. You know what I mean? All right, ladies and gentlemen, my lunch is over. It was good chopping it up with you guys, and we out.